Hey everyone, and welcome back to another deep dive. You guys sent in some really cool stuff from Cyndi Dale's book,
Oh.
The Subtle Body, an encyclopedia of your energetic anatomy.
Hmm.
And we had to pick some of it to really dig into.
Yeah.
We're talking energy fields, meridians, chakras,
Rah.
all that good stuff. And I'm so excited to have you here to help unpack it all.
I'm excited to be here.
So
Yeah.
Dale comes out strong right off the bat
Yeah.
with a really big statement.
Hmm.
All diseases are energetic,
Right.
or related to the flow of energy.
Yeah.
As someone who is not a doctor,
Hmm.
I was like, whoa, hold on a second. What do you make of that?
Well, that's kind of the core principle of energy medicine, right?
Okay.
So the idea is that disease stems from blockages or imbalances in the body's subtle energy systems.
So it's not just about taking care of the physical symptoms.
Right.
It's about taking care of the underlying energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost like, like our bodies are finely tuned instruments.
Yeah.
And when things are out of tune, that's when we experience problems.
That's a great analogy, yeah. And it's interesting because,
Yeah.
Western medicine already uses energy in its diagnostic tools, right?
Right.
When you think about EKGs, MRIs, those are all using energy to diagnose and image the body.
Right.
So we might not always call it energy medicine,
Okay.
but we're already interacting with these subtle energies.
Yeah, that's true. So then if we're talking about energy in the body,
Right.
what are the key players here? Because Dale talks about the auric field, meridians, nadis, chakras.
There are so many.
It's like a
The
whole,
whole system.
it's a whole world that we don't even know about.
It can feel overwhelming, but just imagine it as like a network of interconnected energy pathways and centers. And all of them are orchestrating the flow of life force throughout your body.
Okay.
Every single one of these structures has a unique function. They all work together to keep things running smoothly.
I like that they work together as a team. So let's break this down a bit.
Okay.
This auric field,
Yeah.
right? Is it kind of like, I don't know, like a halo or something?
Not quite a halo,
Okay.
but it is this luminous energy field that surrounds your body. And it's often seen as a reflection of your health and well-being, like an energetic fingerprint.
Like an energetic fingerprint.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
could someone's auric field look different if they're really stressed out?
That's what a lot of energy healers believe, yeah.
Oh, wow.
They might see distortions or blockages in the field that correspond to areas of imbalance in the person's physical or emotional state.
So interesting. All right, now this Vivaxis thing.
Okay.
I got to say, this one's a little out there for me.
Right.
She describes it as like an invisible umbilical cord connecting us to the Earth's energy at the location where our mothers spent the last weeks of pregnancy.
It's wild, right? I mean,
It is.
yeah, a little bit.
But what I like about it is it highlights the idea.
That we're all connected to the Earth's energy field. And our individual energy is influenced by the places we've been, even from before we were born.
So we've got the energy field and then these
Yeah.
meridians,
Yeah.
which, you always hear about with acupuncture.
Right.
What are they, really?
So meridians are channels that carry energy throughout the body, similar to the concept of qi in Chinese medicine.
Okay.
And they act like an energetic circulatory system, distributing vital life force to all our organs and systems.
So if you're, like, feeling really sluggish
Yeah.
or you've got pain in a specific area,
Right.
could that be a sign of a blocked meridian?
Exactly. Yeah. That's the idea behind acupuncture and other meridian therapies.
Okay.
By stimulating certain points along those pathways, practitioners are trying to clear those blockages and restore the flow of energy.
So it's like a traffic jam.
Yeah, kind of. And, when that flow is restored,
Yeah.
it can help to alleviate pain and improve overall health.
This is all starting to make a lot more sense.
Good.
So we've got this intricate web of energy
Right.
flowing within us and around us. But is there, like, scientific evidence to back this up?
That's a great question because it's easy to dismiss this as like mystical woo-woo.
Right.
But there's actually a growing body of research that supports these ancient concepts.
Okay, like what?
Well, for example, Dr. Robert Becker, who was a pioneer in bioelectromagnetics, did research on electrical currents in the body. And his work on limb regeneration in animals suggests a secondary electrical system that might be linked to these meridians.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
So there might be an actual electrical network in our bodies
What?
that matches up with these ancient energy maps.
It's a fascinating possibility,
Yeah.
and it really lends scientific credibility to these beliefs.
So it's not just some, ancient hocus pocus.
It's not just, something made up.
Exactly.
It's real.
And then you have researchers like Dr. Bjorn Nordenstrom,
Right.
who actually discovered a secondary electrical system in the body. And he used it to treat cancer
Yeah.
by applying electrical currents to tumors.
Crazy, huh?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So this isn't just theoretical. This is real world stuff.
Right, absolutely.
And then there's Dr. Harold Burr,
Okay.
who studied L fields or life fields and found that these energy fields surround all living organisms.
And they can actually change based on our health.
So that means we could potentially use them to
Yeah.
see if there are problems.
All right, detect and predict health problems.
Before they even show up.
Exactly.
This is blowing my mind.
I know.
This is incredible.
And we're just getting started.
I know.
Yeah. It's really amazing, though, how much we're actually learning, about this whole energetic dimension of our being.
I know. And it makes you think okay, so we're learning all this cool stuff, but how can we use this?
Right.
How can we actually apply this knowledge?
Right. To, make our lives better, feel better, all that good stuff.
Yeah, well, one of the most well-known examples would be acupuncture.
Oh, yeah, acupuncture.
Right.
I've always kind of wondered about that.
Yeah.
Sticking needles in your body to, manipulate energy.
It sounds a little intense.
It does sound a little intense. How does that even work?
So it's based on the idea that stimulating specific points along those meridians can clear blockages and rebalance the flow of energy. And you know what? It's actually gaining a lot of acceptance in Western medicine these days.
Really?
Especially for pain management.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not just this alternative therapy anymore. There's actual scientific evidence to support its effectiveness.
Like what?
Well, studies have shown that it triggers the release of endorphins,
Oh.
those feel-good chemicals
Yeah.
that act as natural pain relievers.
So it's not just a placebo.
Right, and it can also help modulate those nerve signals to reduce pain perception. So it's actually doing something.
And it's not just in your head.
That's cool. And besides acupuncture, what other kind of practical applications are there?
Well, there's Ayurveda.
Ayurveda. What is that?
It originated in India, and it focuses on balancing the body's doshas.
Doshas.
Yeah, have you ever heard of them?
No, fill me in.
Okay, so doshas are essentially unique energy patterns or constitutions that kind of determine our physical and mental characteristics. And Ayurveda believes that each person has a unique combination of these doshas. And when those get out of balance, that's when health problems can arise.
So it's kind of like a personalized approach to health.
Yeah, it's very personalized.
Recognizing that.
Recognizing that we all need different things.
Yeah, we're not all the same.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, and Ayurveda uses this really holistic approach with diet, lifestyle modifications, herbal remedies, all kinds of practices to restore that harmony and prevent disease.
So acupuncture, Ayurveda, what else we got?
Have you ever been drawn to the beauty of crystals or gemstones?
Oh yeah, I love crystals.
They're so pretty, right?
They are beautiful.
Yeah.
But healing properties, I'm not sure about all that.
Right. Well, gemstone therapy is based on the idea that different stones have unique vibrational frequencies that can actually influence the chakras.
Oh, right. The energy centers.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you put a certain stone on your chakra or near it, you can actually shift the energy.
That's the belief.
Wow.
For example, amethyst is often used for calming and intuitive properties. And rose quartz is associated with love and compassion.
So each gemstone is its own little...
Yeah, it's got its own little personality.
Yeah. I like that.
It's cool, right?
Yeah. And then there's sound healing.
Oh, yeah.
Which we talked about a bit before.
Right.
But how can sound actually be used for healing?
It seems wild.
Yes.
But there's this thing called cymatics, which basically shows us that sound can actually create patterns in matter. So those sound vibrations can literally influence the physical world.
Wow.
It's pretty powerful.
So it's not just about,
right,
listening to calming music.
No, it's not just about relaxation.
There are specific frequencies.
Certain frequency.
That can actually impact...
Yeah, impact your energy.
Our energy field.
Your energy field, yeah.
Okay, so we've got all these incredible tools and techniques for working with this subtle energy. But with all this power,
Yeah.
are there any ethical considerations
Ooh, good question.
that we should be thinking about?
That's a great point. And, Cyndi Dale really emphasizes this in her book.
Hmm?
It's really important for practitioners
Okay.
to prioritize the well-being and autonomy of their clients and to use their knowledge and skills responsibly.
So it's not just about having the knowledge.
Yeah.
It's about having the wisdom
Yeah, the wisdom
and the
is
integrity
to use it well.
to use it correctly.
Yeah, for good,
For good, yeah.
not for evil.
Not for evil, exactly.
Right. So, yeah, there's a lot of responsibility there.
This deep dive is really opening my eyes to a whole new world.
It's pretty amazing, huh?
It is. Like, energy's a part of everything.
It really is.
And knowing that we can actually work with it,
Right.
make things better.
It's empowering, isn't it?
It's empowering, yeah. Feels like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I'm in control or something.
Yeah, you have more agency.
Yeah.
It's a really cool feeling.
So it's a lot to take in, though, right?
It is.
What advice would you give someone who's like, okay, I want to try this,
Yeah.
but where do I even begin?
That is a great question, and that is something we're going to explore
Okay.
in the final part of our deep dive.
Ooh, a cliffhanger.
We're going to talk about some simple but powerful techniques
Okay.
that you can actually use every day to cultivate that energy awareness,
Okay.
balance your chakras, and enhance your well-being.
So we're going to get, like, hands-on.
Yeah, we're going to get practical.
I like it. I like it. This is like a roadmap to a better life.
Exactly. That's what we're going for.
This is awesome. All right, so everyone listening, stay tuned
Don't go anywhere.
because we're about to unlock some serious energy secrets.
We'll be right back.
Okay, so we're back and ready to dive into part 3 of our deep dive on subtle energy and the human body. We've talked about the science behind all this, and it's pretty cool ways that it's used. But how about, like, for the everyday person, like me?
Right.
What can we do to, start tapping into this energy and actually using it?
Yeah, it's a great question, and a lot of people wonder that, once they learn about this stuff. But the good news is you don't have to be a healer or anything to actually benefit from it. There are really simple things you can start doing today just to become more aware of your own energy.
Okay, yeah, I like the sound of that. Simple. So it was like step 1.
Step 1 is just awareness. Just throughout your day, take a moment to pause and tune into your body. Just notice, what sensations are you feeling? Where do you feel tension? Where do you feel more open and expansive?
So it's like taking inventory, kind of?
Exactly, yeah. Like an internal energy inventory. And you might be surprised by what you notice. Once you start paying attention, you start to get more in tune with how different things affect you.
Okay, so you're saying like different activities or even just like the people I'm around?
Even like the environment you're in.
Oh, wow. Okay, so awareness first.
Yeah.
And then once we're kind of more aware of our energy,
Right.
what can we do to actually work with it?
Well, one of the simplest techniques is something called chakra breathing.
Chakra breathing. Okay.
Right.
Remind me, chakras. Those are the energy centers along the spine, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what is this chakra breathing?
It's basically a visualization exercise. So you just get comfortable, sit down, close your eyes, bring your attention to your root chakra, which is at the base of your spine. And just imagine it as a spinning ball of energy, like a red spinning ball.
Okay.
And as you inhale, just visualize drawing energy up into that chakra. And as you exhale, just release any tension or negativity.
So it's like giving each chakra a little...
Tune-up, exactly. Like an energetic tune-up.
I like it.
And you just repeat that for each chakra, moving up the spine and visualizing the colors. And it's a great way to clear blockages, get the energy flowing, feel more balanced overall.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty easy.
Right.
Even for me. But what about those times when you're like, ugh, I feel like my energy is totally drained.
Yeah.
I've been around this person and now I just feel depleted.
Energy vampires.
Is that a real thing, those energy vampires?
I think it's definitely a real experience. We all know those people or those situations that just leave you feeling wiped out. And while it's not always intentional, it is important to learn how to protect your own energy.
Okay, but how do you do that without just becoming a hermit and avoiding everyone?
Right. You don't want to isolate yourself.
No, I like people. I like being around people.
There are ways to set those healthy boundaries without totally shutting yourself off. One technique you can try is visualization.
Okay, I don't know. Imagine yourself in a bubble or something.
Yeah, imagine you're enclosed in this protective bubble of white light, almost like a shield. And it's deflecting any of that negativity that might be coming your way.
Like an invisible suit of armor.
Yeah.
Like that. Any other techniques I can try?
Grounding is another one. Really powerful.
Grounding.
Yeah, it's all about connecting with the Earth's energy, which is super stabilizing and grounding, literally.
So how do you ground yourself? Do you have to go, like, bury yourself in the backyard or something?
No, nothing that intense. Just stand barefoot on the ground for a few minutes. Feel that connection between your feet and the earth. You can even visualize roots growing from your feet down into the ground.
I could see how that would make you feel more
Yes.
centered, kind of rooted.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're drawing strength from the earth.
I like it. So really just being in nature
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
kind of grounding in itself.
Walking barefoot on the grass, hugging a tree, all that good stuff.
Man, we have covered so much. This
Yeah.
deep dive has been amazing. I feel like I've learned so much about energy.
Me too. It's been fun.
From the science to the practical stuff, it's been a wild ride. So as we wrap up, is there anything you'd like to leave our listeners with?
I think the biggest takeaway is that you have way more power over your own energy than you think. Just by being aware of it, learning a few techniques, seeing what works for you, you can really start to feel more balanced and more vibrant and empowered in your life.
I love that. It's so empowering. It's not about being some, mystical guru.
Right, exactly.
It's about, like, real life stuff.
Yeah, practical steps.
To feel better, to live better.
And this is just the beginning. There's so much out there to explore if you're curious to learn more.
Well said. All right, everyone, that's a wrap for our deep dive into subtle energy and the human body. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time on The Deep Dive.